Hello guys, welcome to Game 9 review video of World Championship. This is happening in Singapore between Liren and Gukesh if you don't know yet. So guys, let's dive right into the game. Till now the scores are level at 4-4, and guys, at this point I'm just like, please give me a game with result. And this game was insane in terms of accuracy. Both players have played 99 point. Okay, I won't reveal what, but both players have played 99% point something something accuracy. I'll tell you at the end of the video. Okay, let's just dive right into it. So Gukesh has the white pieces and goes with d4. I love it when Gukesh plays d4. I think he should play more, but then he comes up with better ideas as well, because then last to last game he came with knight f3 with white, and I like that, right? So anyways, Gukesh goes with d4 and Ding with his normal setup. And now Gukesh goes into this Catalan formation. So Gukesh interestingly choose to defend with bishop instead of knight going here. You can also do this, and then the bishop takes, pawn takes, and this is also a good decent structure, but then it gives a slight edge to black eventually, because you have to uh, double pawns on this file. But that's the thing, c file is okay, you can exchange that with the d5 pawn, but the thing is this a2 pawn gets isolated, so that is the reason why black might have slight edge at the endgame if he plays everything fine. So anyways, Gukesh chose this. I'm sure he was never thinking of going knight c3. So now Ding reroutes his bishop. If you remember last game, also Gukesh did something similar. He rerouted his bishop once it was attacked. So grandmasters do that. We can't do as players because we look stupid, because we are moving the same piece in the opening again and again. So you should not do it. They can do it. They are grandmasters. They are playing at the highest level, and this is world championship, guys. These are the two, well, not top rated, but then two most important people in chess that are playing for the title of world championship. So now bishop goes here, as you know, in fianchetto position in Catalan, and now comes d5. um, Generally you do take it, but then uh, yeah, because the thing is, again, the same thing happens that when Ding had black last to last game, he could have, like, suppose you'd play something like this, and then if you castle, you take, you come here and you play this pawn. So now you have a good position for black, and this is kind of helpful for you in endgame as well, because now you are 4 pawn versus this almost 4 pawns versus this almost 2 pawns, and endgame can be good for black, but we don't get that. Castles, and c6 is played as usual. Now the queen comes in c2 position. I do this a lot in my rapid and blitz games, put my queen on c2, because I'm also queen's gambit player, and Catalan and queen's gambit are almost, juxtaposed with each other. But then, yeah, I play queen c2 a lot, but in Catalan you have fianchetto bishop, and queen's gambit, it's not really necessary. So now comes knight bd7, and the rook comes in again on d1. We saw the idea of rook e1 by Gukesh that was prepared in the previous game when he was white, and that helped him to push this pawn and have a rook behind his pawn. So this time around he chooses to put his rook on the d file to somehow gain attack later in the game. So now b6 comes in. Till now everything is going smoothly. They are not taking much time. Gukesh has even taken just 1 minute to play this whole opening. So this was his opening prep, and yeah, and also now bishop comes to c3, which we would not play as normal players, because we would think that, hey, let's develop a knight. But they think differently. They think that, hey, maybe I develop my knight here and on d2, and then come here and here. Somehow they will maneuver their knights in such a way that they will be advantageous for them in the middle game. So now bishop comes here for counteracting this Catalan bishop, which is very important, because eventually in the future this bishop is going to exchange with this bishop, and that will negate it uh, fully. So now we come here. The idea was to come to d2. Knight d2 comes in, and now queen comes to c7, because you want this line, and then you can even put your rook behind the queen, and you'll have amazing position where everything is lined up on the c file and you're just fighting for the c file. And eventually you might also get that, if in case the thing is white is aiming to take this pawn eventually, because it's not that greatly placed, plus he also thinking of coming to uh, rook c1, and then both players will fight for the c file. So yeah, eventually Gukesh comes to c1, and now Ding changes his tax, thinking that, you know what, maybe I'll just take this pawn later, and then this rook will be activated instead of me going here and then fighting for the c file, which may or may not be there. So Ding has a great idea, and now Gukesh goes to b4, and we have seen a lot of games in the past as well that Gukesh uses this b4 move a lot, and even even with the black pieces, he played b5 in the last game, which was very crucial for him, which gained him the advantage. So he has this b pawn push ideas a lot, and that eventually helps him to generate more tactics. You can also push this pawn, or just maintain pressure so that he won't know what is coming next. Is b5 coming next, or c5 coming next, or he's taking it. So there is a tension that is built in this area. So now Ding says, you know what, I'll make sure that I I'm controlling which files will open up. So now he plays c5, giving two options for white to take this, or just normally ignore and continue with its development, maybe play e3 or a4, because now the pawns are protected by the bishop, and this line is also good if it opens up. So Gukesh decided to take c5 pawn, because it is important that once you have this b4, the idea is to take this c5, because you don't want to give up your pawn, your central pawn. Suppose you just played this and then he plays this and takes your central pawn away. Even if you get this pawn back, it's kind of an edge for black, and if you take with this knight also, again, it's not that great position. You can just take this and you can't take this at all. So eventually b4 takes c5, and b takes c5 again. Now queen comes to the open file. It is a bit risky, because now you can also put your rook here and disco your opponent's queen, but Ding chooses his knight to attack on this c4 pawn and also protect this line. And the thing is, you have to open this up so that this bishop can counterattack this Catalan bishop of white, which is the strong piece, because for white, the white bishops are strong, and for black, black bishops are strong. So Gukesh tries to pin the queen by putting bishop here, because the thing is, this bishop is uncontested. You cannot move this bishop away. That's the reason this pin is going to stay for longer time, because there is no pawn which will push away the bishop, and there is no knight. Knight is very far away, and it will take so much moves to drive this bishop away. So this bishop is staying here. Unless the queen moves, uh, this is kind of an advantage for white, but very slightly. So now comes the move of c into d, d into c 4, because he wanted to open up this diagonal for white bishop. Now Gukesh recaptures with the knight, and that's the thing here. Now comes the actual mid game. Now comes the grandmaster moves. So what if you take the knight here, and now opponent's queen is also threatened. Sure, your queen is falling, but then if you take your queen, you take your opponent's queen, you take this rook, you take this rook, and then it's actually good for you. You can't do that. But once you take this, you take with the rook. Now you kind of like not doing well as white. So, and also you have this bishop to capture as well. So maybe you can play this here, and oh sorry, you can't even play that. So it's kind of not that great for white. So you can do this, but then there is also another move that suppose you take this, and you take this, you cannot take this pawn, because now if you take this pawn, your rook is under threat, and then you lose two rooks as well. So that is not good. Also, you can do something else in this position. You can also go here, but then the main reason is this bishop is very active and it cannot be threatened in any way. So there was another thing that was happening when you take this. Yeah, you take with the rook, and once the queen takes bishop, you can take this bishop instead, and then you'll feel like white is doing great, nothing else is happening, and you can also then take this rook knight away and do a lot of things. So it was not advisable to take with the knight because this was happening, and you can stop that in the middle, because you don't want to take exchange those queens. So yeah, that's the reason Ding did not think about that. And but then Ding also made an inaccurate move, which was bishop takes knight. Now what happens is you take the knight and threaten the queen first of all, and once this pawn falls, you take the bishop, and now your bishop is very active on this file. uh, Black doesn't have much counterplay, and this pawn is also under threat. So eventually rook can save this pawn on b6. Actually rook can also go here, but this is very passive. You can lose your open file. You want to keep that open file there. Also computer suggests that rook can also go here on a7, and then eventually when you take this, you can just put it here, and then you have two open files at the end, and obviously you can save the knight if you want to. by doing this. And I mean, sure, there are other tactics out there, but then this is kind of bad for white. Yeah. So, like, eventually, yeah. So this is very computer line that to even think of rook a7, because this it, it's like giving up your pawn and then thinking that, okay, well, you know what, you come here, you can even take with the queen, and now the queen can just chill and then come here as well. So yeah, it's kind of hard to spot that with human eyes. So yeah, rook goes here to protect this pawn laterally, and then now queen comes here on b5, attacking both the rook and this pawn. So Ding just took this pawn, which was free, and Gukesh takes on. There was a moment where Ding thought for a long time. I think this was the moment where he thought for 15 minutes and then took the knight. And yeah, we come here and again he takes a lot of time. Now Gukesh is up by 1 hour and Ding has just 28 minutes left. But then he makes it simpler by taking this position like this, and now the queen can come here, now the rook can come here and put a threat here and also protect the queen. You can also do this amazing move, like play this here. You can't take the knight because your rook is falling, and like somehow get away from the pin as well, which will happen later. So now queen goes to b1 instead, threatening the rook, which is the same idea, but then this way you are maintaining this file as well as attacking on this rook. So now rook comes here with the general idea of pinning this knight. Now the pawn is taken, but now black has a crazy move which you can just he could have done this, but that is actually bad, because now you take and then it's not that great here because this is happening and mate. So it was one move before, like one move too early for taking this pawn. So first you have to come back with your rook and threaten the knight laterally. So now the queen goes to b5. Actually here Gukesh had a bit of edge, like 0.1, but again these players are playing very accurately, 99 point 99% accuracy, and oh my god. Now Ding plays brilliant move, which is sacrificing the bishop, which we had the idea before, but it was one move early if you had taken the last move, but now you can take this. Now it's like if you take it with the queen, and again you have to take it with the queen because rook takes is not good. You can do this, uh, and yeah, it's not that great, like sure both positions are equal, but again this was heading towards kind of a draw. But once you take this bishop, you take with the queen, and now queen captures the knight. Now you'll think that, hey, you know what, why can't I just capture with my rook? But no, now the rook comes in on a1 and the queen is trapped, guys. Queen is trapped. If you're even like for a moment thinking that, hey, I can relax and chill and take this pawn, no, this world championship is like that. You have traps all over. The queen can't go in this file. Any file it can't go because it's attacked by the bishop, the rook, and the queen. Now the queen is trapped. Can't even play this because, well, you just take the queen instead. And if you take here with check, then you're just happy that you won the queen. So the queen is lost. So it was very important to capture with the right piece, which was the queen. And Ding would not make such mistakes at this level because obviously they are playing with crazy, insane accuracy. Now Gukesh just offers this rook because now Gukesh is thinking that, you know what, this game has nothing much because there are four pawns all both side and two rooks, but then bishop versus knight is all right if he can gain some advantage, but this is kind of a theoretical draw. So rooks are exchanged, and now g5 comes in, and it's protected again, this pawn, in case it was attacked. And we have normal moves. uh, at this moment we were thinking that this is heading towards a draw because all the normal moves again, the bishop is kind of offered to exchange. King comes in and pawn goes. Now you'll think that, you know what, this is kind of a draw, but then again Ding has some ideas. He goes to rook c2, and now you'll think that, hey, this pawn is kind of falling, na? Because how else would you stop it? You can't even go here because that is very passive. But then Gukesh comes with the right move, which saves everything and draws everything, which is king comes to f3. We, as normal chess players, we can't even think of this move because, come on, like, this way you protect every square, because now you can't go here, you'll just come here. If you go back, I'll go back, and now you go here, then I come here. So even if this happens, this happens, and you just okay here, or even maybe you can just take this pawn. So you can't attack this position anyway when the king is here. If the king was here, it would have been kind of GG because the pawn would fall, and then you have two pawns. You can just take this pawns, and maybe it was a draw still, but again. So here we have this is what happens later anyways. So Gukesh, no, sorry, this is not the right sequence. Let me find. Yeah, this is the right sequence, what happened in the game. And now Gukesh is just passing time, and I like this position where I thought, you know what, when it is check, instead of moving the king, you can just push this pawn here and get saved, and then you take this pawn, because that's how it was being protected. Like this pawn was protected by this rook. Once you take this rook away, like you check, and now you push the pawn, so he doesn't have time to come back and protect this pawn. So this was a great idea, but then again this game was heading towards a draw anyways. Take the pawn, you are kind of a pawn down, but the thing is, your pawn on the side on h file just can't progress ahead and promote itself. It can't. This is theoretical draw, and this is what happens. Ding just offers the pawn away, and this king versus king, it's guys, it's 99.2% accuracy for Gukesh and 99.3% accuracy for Ding. What a game! What an accurate game! Where are we at chess? Like, we just know all the lines, we know how to draw, we know what to take, what to counter. Both the teams, Gukesh's teams and Ding's teams, are coming up with opening theories, coming up with middle game and game theories. They're just, there is no way to like gain one up on each other. Like, even if you do get up, like Gukesh got up for last two games, this game he was not that up, but he could have had slight edges, but again he was not winning at any stage. So what I'm trying to say is, even if Gukesh is winning, then comes up with resources and defenses that just are impregnable, and he just eventually makes it a draw. So now we have only 5 games left, and it is 4.5, 4.5. I think it is going to get fiery, but I expect more draws from the last 5 games. I believe there might be one or two, maximum 2 games, which will have results. And again, I think maybe Ding will win one and Gukesh will win one. And again, I think this is heading towards the tie breaks. I saw Hikaru Nakamura's review, and he was like, posted the review even before the match ended. Like, he just posted when this position arrived. Obviously, there were some moves after then that still. This is the position he just declared that, yeah, it's a draw and I'm not gonna go any further. And he just posted the review even 30 minutes before. So I don't know. Should I just post my next review video of game 10 right now that it's going to be a draw? Because, guys, it is going to be a draw. I'm telling you, at this level, both are playing like computers, and I just can't predict anything anymore, because I thought Gukesh would win every single game very convincingly, because he is very, very strong now, and Ding is not at his prime. But the thing is, in standard chess, in long format chess, in the classical chess format, you have time to cope up with your opponent, even if he is highly rated, higher rated than you, and also highly rated. Because you can see Gukesh is 2783 and Ding is 2728. At the super GM level, this 50 plus point kind of, okay, yeah, 50 something point advantage is too much. Like, if you see at a semi format, like suppose let's say 10 rapid or something, maybe Gukesh will win in those formats. But when it comes to blitz, maybe Ding will win, because he is very good at time pressure moments, and he plays those accurate moves a lot. Even though he lost one game on time in this World Championship, but then again he was in very bad position in that game. So I think maybe I am predicting the game 10 is going to be a draw. It's not going to be a result, and I hate it that this is happening. But then this is the quality of chess that we see at this level, and I hope Hikaru also understand this, and then maybe he just pre-moves all the game reviews for all the games. I hope he can, even with the opening moves played, he just posts his review and then says, "Yeah, this is a draw." Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We the memberships are up, by the way. Um, you can be a member. We have some videos that are just member only, some streams that are just members only, and there's some shorts as well. Yeah, sure. But then there are other levels as well, tier levels. You can just look at the perks. I make a video on the membership as well, differently, separately. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Keep liking the videos and subscribing, and share to your friends, foes, enemies, yeah, loved ones, hated ones, random people on the road. Just pick them up and then say, just watch this review of World Championship. And if they don't know what is World Championship, then just tell them this is this boring format of 14 days where they just draw everything, and then at the end they play tiebreakers. Just play the tiebreakers, man. I'm sad that this is a draw. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Bye. I don't want to do like Hikaru does. Get out of. No, that's Levy. You know what? You don't have a original thing where you can just tell people that just go away. I'm gonna stare at the screen for 30 seconds. Till then, you can watch one of those videos. I have my World Championship video of last year, Kazakhstan, over here somewhere. This is a vlog. It's amazing. It has Vishy Anandanan.